March 15th, 1988. Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. 6:23 a.m. Rosa Martinez pushed her cart down the hallway. The wheels squeaked with every step. Left wheel, right wheel, left wheel, right wheel. She'd been asking maintenance to fix it for 3 months. The cart held everything she needed. Disinfectant that burned her nose, towels with holes in them, a mop she'd repaired twice with duct tape. Rosa was 52. She'd worked this job for 8 years, $6.15 an hour. No benefits. Her uniform was too big, hand-me-down from another cleaner who quit. The name tag still said, Patricia. Rosa couldn't afford a new one. She stopped at room 304. Through the small window, she saw him, Danny, 7 years old. Leukemia. He was awake. Always awake at 6:23. The chemo made him sick at night. Sleep was impossible. Rosa knocked softly. "Good morning, Danny." The boy turned. His head was completely bald, dark circles under his eyes, but he smiled when he saw her. "Rosa, you brought the music cart?" She nodded. The bottom shelf of her cleaning cart had a secret. A small radio she'd bought at a garage sale for $3. The antenna was bent. The speaker crackled. But it worked. "What do you want to hear today?" "The Dancing Man song." Rosa smiled. She knew which one. She turned the dial carefully. Static filled the air. Then music. Billie Jean started playing. Danny's eyes lit up. He tried to move his arms like he was dancing. The IV line limited his movement, but he didn't care. Rosa started cleaning. She moved slowly. The song was 4 minutes and 54 seconds long. She knew because she'd timed it. Danny needed every second. "Rosa, so do you think the Dancing Man is real?" She looked at him. "What do you mean? Like, do you think he's a real person? Or just on TV?" Rosa wrung out her mop. "The water was gray. He's real. His name is Michael Jackson. Have you ever seen him? Like, in real life?" "No, baby. People like us don't meet people like him." Danny was quiet for a moment. "Maybe someday I will." Rosa's heart broke a little. Danny had been here for 6 months. The doctors weren't optimistic. She'd heard them talking in the hallway. "Maybe you will," she said softly. The song ended. She turned off the radio. Time to move to the next room. "Rosa?" "Yes? Will you play it again tomorrow?" "Every day, baby. Every day." Rosa pushed her cart to room 305. A new patient. The chart on the door said, Timothy Chen, age 9, brain tumor. Through the window, she saw a small Asian boy staring at the ceiling. His parents sat beside him. They hadn't slept. Rosa could tell. She knocked. The father looked up. His eyes were red. "Sorry to bother you. I need to clean." "Of course." His voice was barely a whisper. Rosa worked quietly. The radio stayed off. This family needed silence, but she could hear crying from down the hall. Room 307. Sarah, age 5. Cystic fibrosis. Her mother had left last week. Couldn't handle it anymore. Just Sarah and her grandmother now. Rosa finished cleaning. She moved to room 306. Empty. The patient had gone home yesterday. Success story. Those were rare on the pediatric oncology ward. More often, rooms became empty for other reasons. Rosa tried not to think about it. By 8 a.m., she'd cleaned 12 rooms. 12 sick children. Some would recover. Some wouldn't. Yet all of them deserved better than broken wheelchairs and cracked walls and radios that barely worked. But this was all Rosa could give them. Clean rooms and $3 garage sale music. It wasn't enough. It was never enough. Rosa took a break in the supply closet. She sat on an overturned bucket. Her back ached. Her hands were raw from chemicals. She pulled out her lunch, a peanut butter sandwich. No jelly. Too expensive. The door opened. Dr. Williams stuck his head in. "Rosa, we have a situation. VIP visit coming today. Administration wants everything perfect." Rosa stood up. "How long do I have?" 2 hours. Every room needs to shine." She looked at her cart, the broken wheel, the patched mop, the holes in her towels. "I'll do my best." Dr. Williams left. Rosa stared at the cleaning supplies. How do you make perfection from nothing? She started over, room by room, moving faster now, the squeaky wheel echoing through the hallway. Danny was having a bad day. The chemo was hitting hard. He couldn't keep food down. But when Rosa entered, he still tried to smile. "No music today?" "Not yet, baby. Big important visitor coming. I need to make everything clean first." "More important than us?" The question hit Rosa hard. These children were the most important thing in the world. But not to everyone else. "No, Danny. Not more important than you. Never more important than you." By 10:30 a.m., Rosa had recleaned every room. Her uniform was soaked with sweat. Her hands were bleeding from the chemicals, but the ward looked as good as it could. She was putting supplies away when she heard commotion in the hallway. Security guards, hospital administrators in suits. Someone important had arrived. Rosa kept her head down. VIP visits meant staying invisible. Important people didn't want to see the cleaning lady. She pushed her cart toward the storage room. That's when she saw him. A man in a simple black suit, baseball cap pulled low, sunglasses despite being indoors. He was talking quietly to Dr. Williams. Something about him seemed familiar. The way he moved. Gentle. Careful. Rosa ducked into the supply closet. Through the crack in the door, she watched the group walk past. The man in the baseball cap stopped, turned back. He was looking at her cart, at the broken wheel, at the duct-taped mop. For just a moment he lifted his sunglasses. Rosa saw his eyes, kind eyes, familiar eyes. Her heart stopped. She knew that face. From album covers, or from the radio in Danny's room, from the poster on Sarah's wall. Michael Jackson was standing 10 feet away. But why? Why was he here? The group continued down the hall. Rosa waited until they were gone. Then she followed, quietly, staying far behind. They stopped at room 304, Danny's room. Rosa watched from around the corner. Michael Jackson knocked softly, went inside. She had to see, had to know what was happening to her Danny. Rosa crept closer. The door was slightly open. She could hear voices. "Hi there. I'm Michael. I know who you are. You're the dancing man." Danny's voice was excited. More excited than Rosa had heard in months. "You like to dance?" "I can't really. The tubes and stuff. But I pretend." Rosa heard movement. What was happening? "Want to see some moves you can do from your bed?" "Really?" Then Rosa saw something that made her cry. Michael Jackson was dancing, carefully, slowly. Moves that Danny could copy with his arms, even with the IV line, even from his hospital bed. Danny was laughing, actually laughing. Rosa had never heard him laugh before. For 20 minutes, Michael stayed in that room, dancing, talking, making Danny laugh. When he came out, Rosa quickly hid behind her cart. But Michael saw her, walked straight over. "Excuse me." Rosa looked up, scared. Had she done something wrong? "You're Danny's friend." "Rosa, right?" She nodded. Couldn't speak. "He told me about your music. about how you play Billie Jean for him every morning. Rosa found her voice. He loves that song. It makes him happy. Michael smiled. I wrote that song, and knowing it helps Danny, that means everything to me. And he reached into his jacket, pulled out something, handed it to Rosa. It was an envelope, thick, heavy. This is for you, for the music, for the kindness, for making Danny's days better. Rosa opened it. Inside were $100 bills. More money than she'd ever seen, more than she made in 6 months. I can't take this. Yes, you can. But I have one request. Rosa waited. Keep playing the music every day, for Danny, for all of them. Tears ran down Rosa's face. I will. Michael visited every room that day, every sick child. No cameras, no publicity, just kindness. When he left, he found Rosa again. I'll be back next month. Will you be here? Every day. Good. And Rosa? Yes? People like you and people like me, we're not so different. We both know that music heals. 3 weeks later, a delivery truck arrived at the hospital. Inside were 30 new radios. Top quality. Perfect sound. One for every room on the pediatric ward. The card said, for Rosa and the children. Keep the music playing. MJ Danny lived for another 8 months, long enough to see Michael Jackson perform live. Front row seats. A special gift. Sarah recovered. Completely. She's now 28. A music teacher. She plays Billie Jean for her students and tells them about the kind man who visited her when she was dying. Timothy Chen became a doctor. He works at Children's Hospital now, in the same ward. His office has a photo from that day in 1988. Rosa worked at the hospital for 15 more years. Every morning at 6:23, she played music for the children. Not from a $3 garage sale radio. From the best sound system money could buy. Michael visited 12 more times over the years. Always quietly. Always without cameras. Always making sure Rosa was there to help. When Rosa retired in 2003, the hospital named a room after her. The Rosa Martinez Music Therapy Room, where children still hear healing songs every day. Rosa kept Michael's original envelope, the one from that first day. Inside, along with the money, was a handwritten note she'd never shown anyone. Rosa, thank you for proving that the most important music happens when nobody's watching. You are the real star. Michael Jackson. Sometimes healing doesn't come from medicine or surgery or million-dollar equipment. Sometimes it comes from a woman who cares enough to bring a $3 radio to work every day. And sometimes, if you're lucky, someone notices. Someone who understands that the smallest acts of love create the biggest miracles. Music doesn't just entertain, it heals. And the people who bring that healing, they're the ones who change the world. One broken radio at a time.